Hello friends, I'm Ranks Trainer, and today we have a lot of cool stuff to get through because if you've watched my Champions Path videos, we ended off at 90% of the known set. Well, today I have 100% of the known set. Doing some trading, some look at my local shops, I was able to get every single card from 1 to 73. So today we're going to take a look at my set, talk a bit about the different sets that people collect in Pokemon, and have our first soft giveaway. Over all this Champions Path collecting, I've gotten over 50 code cards. And I don't know how important these are to you guys now that Vivid Voltage is out, but if you comment below #CodeCards, you can get all 50 of these cards. There's no subscription limit to this, but if you do subscribe, we give code cards away every single video. And while our channel is small, we give them out in the comments so that you can be guaranteed you get your packs. So to enter, all you need to do, comment below #CodeCards, and your name will be entered into a draw, and we'll reveal the name on Monday, December 21st. Your deadline to comment is that Monday, December 21st at around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you get that comment out. With that out of the way, let's talk a bit about the different sets people collect in Pokemon. On the surface, you would think a collector would get every single card you can, but with so many cards across multiple sets and perhaps multiple games, collecting every card with limited money isn't the easiest thing to do. So instead, collectors set different milestones that are sort of like satisfactory, that are cool to see in a collection, even though it's not 100% of it. The first milestone, which is the one I have for Champions Path, is the known set. Any recent Pokemon card in the bottom left has a set number and a set limit. So this Eldegoss is number 5 of 73. So the known set is getting one of all 73 cards in the set. Something like Team Up that has 180 something, it would of course mean getting all 180 or so of those cards. The nice thing about the known set is that when you put it all in a binder, there are no gaps, it's just all the cards you need, and they show off their patterns, all the grass cards, all the water cards, and it just looks nice to see. The reason people usually stay at the known set is because it's super satisfying, but it's the least expensive, as we'll see in a moment. Because the next step up, which I would consider getting for Champions Path if there weren't so many other sets coming out, and that's the reverse set. With the reverse set, you get every card in the known set plus every reverse holographic. If you remember, those are those ones you get once a pack where the image has no shine to it, but the rest of the card is all shiny. Every card, a holographic rare or lower, has a reverse holo. With only one reverse per pack, you'd be looking at about 50 packs if you were perfect, but chances are you get some duplicates. The reverse set is definitely really nice to look at, having just a binder full of foil cards, and it's not terribly expensive, with reverses costing anywhere between 25 and 40 cents, but tracking them down can be a hassle, and if you already have the known set, you're really just paying for a bit of shine. So it's nice to see, but not super high priority. Now, we've been dancing around this, but by talking about the set limit, we're going to go beyond that to talk about the master set. The master set means you have one of every single card printed in the set. So that's the known cards, the reverse cards, as well as these special cards that go past the set limit. These secret rares are those rainbow or gold cards that Poketubers just go crazy over. And you can tell them by the fact that their number goes past the set limit, like this Charizard VMAX, that's number 74 out of 73. Now, we've pulled a few secret rares on the channel here, but they are extremely rare. Opening booster boxes, people generally get about one per box, so at one secret rare for every 36 packs, getting all 8 of them that appear in Champions Path is a pretty big feat. So like the reverse set, chances are you won't pull it, so you just have to go out and purchase them. Problem being that if they're hard to get and they're really shiny, they're going to be very expensive. For myself, I'm missing 5 secret rares from Champion's Path, and to purchase them all at market value right now would be somewhere around $100. And I'd much rather have $100 of Vivid Voltage to perhaps get that known set than spend it on 5 cards. It's definitely cool to say that you have one of every single card in a set, but eventually it does become just paying for them, so people will likely set their milestone a bit lower. For the final, most extreme one, which I don't hear talked about a lot, is the player set. When you play Pokemon, and most other card games for that matter, you're limited to about 4 named cards per deck. So in Pokemon, you can't have 5 Pikachus in a deck, because then people could make a 60 card deck that's all the same crazy strong monster. The same goes for games like Digimon, Dragon Ball Super, I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's a pretty common thing that decks have a named card limit. What the player set is like the master set where you have 1 of every single card, but you have 4 of every single card. The idea being is that if you have 4 of every card in a set, you can make any deck that set can push out. Because for the sake of consistency, decks that have a really good build around them generally take as many of their individual cards as they can. This is of course an insane sort of feat. It'd be great for someone who's a really diehard fan. I know my brother likes this kind of set so that he can make whatever deck he wants. But if you put that to Champion's Path, where it would take me about $100 to finish my secret rares, just the secret rares alone for the players set for me would be upwards of $1,000 with the extra Charizards and stuff. So it would be cool just to have any deck you would ever want, but extremely hard to get, and it's still there. But who knows, maybe myself or maybe you will get a player's set in something you really like. But enough about sets, let's get to what I'm really excited for, and it's my 100% known set of the Champion's Path. Alright, so let's take a look at this set. Again, the thing I love about the known set is that you have a card in every single slot. That's always good. But here, we actually pulled most of these on the channel. The only one we had to go out for was Eldegoss V. I did love this card, so I was glad to finally find it. And these V cards don't end up being a whole lot, so that's not much of a problem. On this next page, we actually get to see a whole lot of rares. All 5 of them are V cards or better. As I've mentioned in my collection video, usually VMAXs and higher get a special top loader and then put into a different bin, and I'll mark the place here with a energy card. But with having all the cards in this set, I really wanted to see them all together, so I went against it and then put cards like Gardevoir VMAX in where their set's supposed to go. And thankfully this entire page here we did pull on the channel with Gardevoir V in our very last episode. This page was definitely hard to put together. These 3, Lucario V, Alcremie VMAX, and Galarian Cursola V, you wouldn't have seen on this channel. Alcremie VMAX and Lucario I had to go get from separate stores, but we did find them eventually. Galarian Cursola V was funny. I actually was trading with someone. They did not have this card, but in the time it took to organize the trade, they pulled it themselves. So that's always cool to see. We ended up getting them. Here's a bit of a boring page. Only the 1 V card here, but we do have everybody and pulled them all on the channel. Grapplock V was actually one of our first V cards, I believe, right after Incineroar. So it's cool to see him there. Next up, all these dark cards. I do love all the dark cards in this set. Even the reprints are pretty cool, like Purloin. But yeah, that's about it there. The trainer cards, always cool, but we got most of them. Actually, this page, if it wasn't for Hyper Potion, we'd have the entire reverse set, because we do have all the reverses here. Duraludon V doesn't have a reverse, and Altaria actually has the reverse on the other side. Because with holographics, I put the reverse on the back, but with normal cards, I put the reverse on the front. More trainer cards, nothing to see here, but we do have most of their reverses as well. We're just missing 3. Now, this page is pretty cool and probably the most costly one, but it's where we get to the end of the set and we see the full arts. Now, we pulled Cursola V and Dreadnought V's full art on the channel, but we were able to find Gardevoir V and Grapploct V after the fact. And then if we go to the end, we have Hop. Hop is number 73 of 73, so that is the entire known set of Champions Path. Now, those who follow me on Instagram may have seen a post a while ago that showed this page and asked for the mystery to be solved. There weren't many comments on it, but what it does is tell you a bit about how we completed this set. In my collector's tour, you'll note that these red cards mean that I do not have whatever's supposed to go there. And if this is Hop at 73 of 73, we have 74, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are all the secret rares. And these 5 I do not have because I'm not getting the master set. This Charizard here is just to show that the set ends here. I wouldn't put a red there because we're not missing anything, but that is where the set ends. Now, I also mentioned that I put the energy cards in here when something is too valuable to go into the binder. And here would be the shiny Charizard, number 79, and here is the Charizard VMAX, number 74. Now, you may have guessed already, but this giant X through the card means one thing. I ended up selling it. Now, people have different feelings on selling cards. For me personally, being a collector, I'll sell anything I have duplicates of, anything that I purchased as a single from someone else, perhaps if I purchase it, then grade it and then sell it again. And thirdly, if it's over $100. For me, any one card would be cool to have if it was that expensive, but I'd much rather just have $100 of another set. If I could have the Chunky Pikachu or another booster box of Vivid Voltage, I'll take the booster box because I've already pulled the Chunky Pikachu, so it's cool, I've seen it. And we're done. But how do you feel about selling cards? Leave in the comments below whether you sell your cards or if you draw the line somewhere. Alright, but enough about that. Here we have all the promo cards that you get in the Champions Path. Starting with the main 3 that we opened on our first episode, Eldegoss, Dreadnought, and Centiskorch. These are those sort of spatter hollows we got in the gym pin collections. We have Double V from that Sheepy episode we did. This red energy, it does not have an X through it because I do still have this card. This is the full art Charizard that comes in the Elite Trainer box for Champions Path. Then the next 4 are all from the Sir Chester and Stow on Side gyms. Sort of upset to see that these cards aren't going for much at all. It turns out a lot of people bought those sets, and each of these cards are only going for like $1 online. On the back here, we don't fill out the page, but this is the rest of the promos. We have Hatterini V from her own box, Morpeko and Grimmsnarl V from the Marnie pin collection, and finally Alcremie, Obstagoon, and Duraludon from the final pin collection that came out November 13th. Awesome, and one final piece I have here, which I haven't collected, is the reverse energies. I have 4 of them. I believe there's 4 or 5 left if they have the fairy energy. They're cool to have, but again, they're just not something I fully need for my collection. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at my Champions Path collection. If you want to see more unboxing videos, tutorial videos, or just anything Pokemon, be sure to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday and Wednesday, and in any video where we open packs, we're also giving away code cards. Thanks again, and see you later.